Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hidden treasures in your pocket change come to life and history merges with mystery. And if you've ever looked at a coin and wondered if it could be worth more than its face value, today's story might just blow your mind because we're diving deep into the fascinating tale of the 2002 Jefferson 5-cent coin that has stunned collectors and casual finders alike by reaching a market value as high as $386 due to a combination of mint errors, design anomalies, production inconsistencies, and historical context that have elevated this seemingly ordinary piece of change into one of the most buzzed-about numismatic finds of the 21st century. And before we get into all the jaw-dropping details about why this particular nickel is commanding hundreds of dollars and why experts are urging everyone to check their coin jars, piggy banks, and old wallets, make sure you stick around because what you're about to discover may just transform your understanding of coin collecting and reveal how even a small, overlooked 5-cent piece from 2002 can turn into a hidden jackpot. Starting with the basics, the 2002 5-cent coin was minted in Philadelphia, indicated by the P mint mark just above Monticello on the reverse, and was released as part of the standard Jefferson nickel series, which has run since 1938. But while millions of these coins were minted for circulation, making them seem initially common and unremarkable, it's the minute differences, often invisible to the untrained eye, that make some examples rare, collectible, and astonishingly valuable. To begin with, let's talk about one of the most widespread but intriguing errors, the double die obverse, in which parts of the coin's obverse side, featuring Thomas Jefferson's portrait, show signs of doubling, especially visible in the inscriptions like, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year 2002, which appear blurred, doubled, or ghosted in certain angles under magnification, a defect caused during the minting process when the die imprints the design onto the planchet more than once, slightly off from its original alignment. And this kind of anomaly not only adds character to the coin but also ignites demand among collectors due to its rarity, especially when the doubling is prominent and unambiguous. Then there's the off-center strike issue, which occurs when the coin blank is not properly aligned within the press, causing the design to be stamped off its central axis and leading to part of the image being cut off or shifted, which adds immense visual uniqueness and often increases the coin's market value based on how dramatic the misalignment is, with extreme off-center strikes, those that leave 50% or more of the design missing, being the most valuable, particularly when the date and mint mark are still visible. Now consider another error known as the clipped planchet error, where a portion of the coin appears sliced or missing due to the blank being improperly cut during production, which again results in a coin that is instantly noticeable and highly sought after, especially when combined with other errors like doubling or off-center strikes. What's more fascinating is the emergence of die cracks and cuds on the 2002 nickel, which occur when the die used to strike the coin develops cracks or loses metal chunks, leading to raised lines or blobs on the finished coin. And many collectors have identified die cracks that run through Jefferson's face or the surrounding legend, and these often come in patterns that resemble lightning bolts or veins and are frequently celebrated among error collectors for their uniqueness. Another rare but documented error is the struck-through error, where foreign materials like grease, wire, or even small fibers get between the die and the planchet during striking and cause sections of the design to appear missing or smeared, resulting in bizarre and valuable variations, particularly when the affected area interferes with Jefferson's face or key inscriptions. And one notable example showed Jefferson's eye distorted due to grease, giving rise to the nickname "Zombie Eye Jefferson" among niche communities of collectors who gravitate toward thematic errors that tell a visual story. Let's not forget about the repunched mint mark or RPM variety that has occasionally surfaced in the 2002 nickels, where the P appears to have been stamped more than once slightly off, leading to a ghosted or layered mint mark, which, when authenticated by grading services like PCGS or NGC, often commands premium prices due to the complexity of minting involved. And when RPMs occur alongside other anomalies, like doubling or die cracks, they create a layered narrative of minting mishaps that becomes irresistible to collectors. Now it's also essential to discuss the planchet composition errors, although uncommon, where coins are struck on the wrong metal, such as a dime planchet or foreign coin blank, resulting in a nickel that is the wrong weight, color, or thickness. And these often escape into circulation undetected until someone notices the coin is significantly lighter or doesn't sound quite right when dropped. And verified examples of wrong planchet 2002 nickels have sold for several $100s, especially when they remain in good condition or uncirculated, which brings us to the importance of condition and grading, because even among error coins, quality matters, and coins that are free of post-mint damage with full luster, clean surfaces, and sharp details will always sell for more. In the top-tier condition, known as MS 67 or higher in the Sheldon grading scale, is where the serious money comes in, particularly if paired with a recognized error. Now you might wonder how a coin from such a recent year, just 2002, can already be worth hundreds, and the answer lies in the convergence of relatively low public awareness, high survival rate of errors due to modern detection tools, and increasing demand for modern era coins among collectors who see them as undervalued treasures compared to older numismatics. Furthermore, some of the 2002 P nickels have been discovered with unusual toning patterns due to long-term exposure to environmental factors like moisture or chemicals that cause the surface of the coin to develop rainbow hues or iridescent patterns, which, although technically not an error, adds aesthetic value that many collectors are willing to pay extra for, especially when the toning appears natural and enhances the visual appeal of Jefferson's profile. Another rare twist comes from coins that were improperly annealed during the blank preparation stage, leading to surface anomalies like blotchy dark spots, burnt-looking areas, or unusual textures that set the coin apart. And these annealing errors are quite rare in modern coins and have become a niche area of interest for serious era collectors, adding another layer to the value proposition. Now digging even deeper into what makes some of these 2002 P nickels worth up to $386, we must acknowledge the influence of population scarcity as certified by third-party grading agencies, which have only logged a small number of top-grade or error-labeled coins from this mint year. Meaning scarcity combined with condition and anomaly creates the perfect storm for price inflation and auction excitement. In fact, several verified examples of 2002 P nickels with strong die cracks, off-center strikes, and double dies have appeared on online marketplaces like eBay or at live coin shows, fetching between $150 and $386 depending on error severity and coin grade. And the excitement grows as collectors and sellers realize that these coins may still be sitting unnoticed in loose change piles, bank rolls, and inherited coin jars ready to be discovered by a vigilant eye. And in some cases these discoveries have been made by complete novices who simply spotted something strange about a coin, posted a photo to an online forum, and were stunned to learn that what they had was worth hundreds. A testament to how democratized and dynamic modern coin collecting has become thanks to the internet and growing awareness of mint error phenomena. Further intensifying the spotlight on the 2002 P 5-cent piece is the mounting interest from young collectors and YouTubers who showcase their coin roll hunting finds and error coin flips in viral videos, which has significantly increased the value of even moderately flawed examples due to heightened visibility and market buzz. And it's this very buzz that continues to fuel demand, pushing prices up and keeping the 2002 P 5-cent coin in the conversation among the most interesting post-2000 era finds, with collectors constantly on the lookout for examples with bold doubling, clean off-center strikes, dramatic die cracks, clip planchets, or even freakish struck-through oddities, all of which are real documented possibilities on this coin. And every single detail you observe, from a slightly strange texture on Jefferson's cheek to a shifted rim or incomplete mint mark, could be a clue leading you to a high-value variation. And the best part is that no special equipment is needed to begin, just a magnifying glass, good lighting, and a curious eye, because you never know when that plain-looking nickel in your change might turn out to be the next $386 marvel. So whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who's just hearing about coin errors for the first time, the story of the 2002 P 5-cent coin is a reminder that small things can hold great value and mysteries are often hiding in plain sight, which is why every coin deserves a second look and every collector, even if they're just starting out, has a chance at uncovering a forgotten piece of minting history hiding in a coin jar. Next, 2012 D 5-cent USA coin, hidden treasures in your pocket change come to life and where numismatic mysteries are unveiled one coin at a time. And today we have a truly mind-blowing story that will have every coin enthusiast, collector, and even the casual viewer racing to check their spare change drawers and coin jars, because what looks like an ordinary Jefferson nickel from 2012 minted at the Denver Mint, marked with a small D on the right side of Monticello, may actually be a hidden gem that could be worth as much as $327 due to a combination of minting errors, mechanical mishaps, die failures, misalignments, and a cascade of numismatic phenomena that transformed a mass-produced coin into a coveted rarity, commanding premium prices on the secondary market and auction houses. And it all starts with understanding how something so common could suddenly become so incredibly valuable. So whether you're a long-time collector or just learning how to spot potential fortune in your pocket change, buckle up, because we're diving deep into every known error, every possible defect, and every reason why the 2012 D Jefferson 5-cent coin has stunned experts and collectors alike and secured its place as one of the most interesting modern-day coin discoveries. And the best part is that it could still be sitting undetected in circulation, hiding among other nickels in bank rolls, coin jars, vending machines, and cash drawers across the country, waiting for someone just like you. To spot the telltale signs that make this coin a numismatic jackpot, and to truly appreciate the value, we have to break down the intricate possibilities of how minting errors create such immense collector interest, starting with one of the most famous and frequent errors found on the 2012 D5-cent coin, which is the double die obverse, an error that occurs when the hub imprints the die more than once but misaligns slightly during the multiple impressions, causing the design elements like "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date, 2012, to appear doubled or shadowed, particularly under magnification or bright lighting. And when these errors are clean and dramatic, they attract high-grade premiums, often exceeding hundreds of dollars, especially if the coin is also in excellent condition. And speaking of condition, coins that are graded MS 65 or higher by professional services such as NGC or PCGS hold exceptional value, because not only is the error preserved in pristine form, but the coin itself exhibits minimal signs of wear, strong luster, and well-struck details, making it a standout among thousands of circulated counterparts. And while doubling is common, more exotic errors like off-center strikes have also been identified on the 2012 D Jefferson nickel, which happens when the coin blank or planchet is not centered during striking and results in an uneven design where one side may appear partially blank or with the portrait shifted significantly to one edge. And these kinds of errors vary in value based on how much of the original design remains intact and whether the mint mark and date are still visible, with examples showing more than 50% off-center often commanding the highest premiums, especially when found in uncirculated condition. And then there's the clip planchet error, where a portion of the coin appears to be cut off or sliced in a crescent shape, typically due to a blanking machine cutting too close to the edge of the metal strip during planchet production. And collectors especially love when clip planchets show a clean, curved edge with matching metal flow patterns, making it unmistakably genuine and highly desirable among error coin fans. But beyond the dramatic errors lie the subtler yet equally lucrative die cracks and die chips that plague certain batches of the 2012 D5-cent issue. And these imperfections appear as raised lines or blobs on the surface of the coin, usually running through Jefferson's head, around his jawline, across inscriptions, or near the rim, and these are caused when the dies used to strike the coin develop stress fractures or pieces break off, creating what's known as retained cuds or die breaks. And when these errors form shapes or patterns, like one infamous example that resembled a lightning bolt crossing Jefferson's eye, they become especially sought after by niche collectors who enjoy pattern-specific anomalies. And another major error that's been reported in various 2012 D5-cent coins is the so-called struck-through error, where a foreign object like grease, cloth, wire, or debris gets trapped between the die and planchet during striking, causing a portion of the design to appear weak, missing, or distorted. And these errors are fascinating because they provide insight into real-time problems at the minting facility and offer tangible evidence of imperfect human-machine interaction during coin production. And perhaps one of the most visually startling is the struck-through grease error that leaves Jefferson's features partially erased or melted looking, with one collector nicknaming a particularly severe example the "melting Jefferson," due to how eerie the portrait looked. And such pieces often fetch a hefty premium, not only for their error status but also for the eye-catching story they tell. And in some rarer cases, coins were struck on incorrect planchets, perhaps intended for foreign currency or other U.S. denominations, and these wrong planchet errors can result in underweight nickels, coins with incorrect diameters, or unusual colorations due to different metal compositions. And when certified, these types of errors are some of the most valuable in the modern era due to how few make it past quality control and into the hands of the public. And the 2012 D nickel is no stranger to such mysterious origins, with several examples tested and confirmed to have been struck on dime planchets or foreign coin blanks, instantly inflating their value to hundreds of dollars. And then we have the repunched mint mark or RPM phenomenon, which has surfaced on the 2012 D5-cent coins as well, where the D mint mark appears doubled, tripled, or slightly offset due to the mint mark being punched more than once in slightly different positions. A relic of the transitional era when some elements were still applied manually, and inconsistencies like this created dramatic visual effects that modern collectors love to hunt for. And while RPMs have become rarer in post-1990s coinage, their presence in a 2012 issue makes them especially collectible, further driving up the value when authenticated and graded. And let's not overlook the role of natural toning and chemical discoloration caused by exposure to the environment, as some 2012 D nickels have emerged with stunning rainbow toning due to oxidation or long-term contact with sulfur-rich materials. And while technically not a mint error, such coins often attract high bidder attention for their aesthetic uniqueness, especially when the toning enhances Jefferson's features or creates a halo effect across the coin. and even more curious are examples that have multiple errors combined, such as a double die with die cracks and struck through grease, which we refer to in numismatic circles as compound error coins, and their value is significantly magnified not only because of the rarity of each individual error but because finding them combined on one single coin defies typical minting probabilities and adds exponential interest. And with the rise of digital coin forums, YouTube coin hunting communities, and TikTok influencers showing off their high-value finds, the 2012 D nickel has only grown in fame and fortune, with dozens of newly discovered varieties shared each year that spark bidding wars and collector buzz. And what's most exciting is that many of these finds come from ordinary people, not professional numismatists, who simply paid close attention to the coins in their change and posted a photo online, leading to surprise appraisals and lucrative sales that can change someone's financial situation overnight. And it's this very potential that makes the 2012 D 5-cent coin a modern legend in numismatic circles, because unlike historical rarities that are limited to museums and elite collectors, these coins are still in circulation, still attainable, and still hiding in plain sight, which is why experts strongly encourage everyone to inspect their nickels, especially those dated 2012 with a D mint mark for signs of doubling, cracks, off-center designs, mint mark anomalies, clipped edges, struck-through surfaces, or anything that looks strange or unique. And while not every coin will be worth hundreds, the odds of finding something valuable are far better than most people realize, especially given the enormous quantity of error varieties that have been confirmed in this particular year. And the market data doesn't lie. Sales records have shown that coins with well-documented errors from the 2012 D run have sold between $80 and $327 depending on condition, clarity of the error, and grading, with the most dramatic specimens bringing in the highest returns. And as more collectors turn their attention to modern errors, the competition for top specimens is only heating up, pushing values higher and encouraging a wave of interest in post-2000 coins that were once dismissed as too recent to matter, but now are recognized as the next frontier of numismatic investing and history collecting. And the 2012 D 5-cent coin is a perfect case study in how technological flaws, human error, and a little luck can turn a simple nickel into a high-value artifact that tells a story about minting history, public discovery, and the thrill of uncovering something rare where no one else thought to look. So if you've stuck with us this far and you're fascinated by the idea that one overlooked coin can carry such immense potential and mystery, then you're definitely in the right. Last 2013 P5-cent USA coin. Today we dive deep into one such remarkable example that has taken collectors by storm, the 2013 P Jefferson 5-cent coin, which might look like just another nickel at first glance but has shown up in auctions and collector trades with astonishing valuations reaching as high as $300 due to the surprising and diverse range of errors and minting anomalies that have surfaced on this particular issue, making it one of the most intriguing coins minted at the Philadelphia Mint in the last 2 decades. And in this video we will unpack exactly why this coin is attracting so much attention, what kind of errors you should be looking for, and how even a minor variation can skyrocket its value in the coin collecting community. And for those new to the fascinating world of error coins, let me assure you that coins like the 2013 P Jefferson nickel are not just pieces of metal but historical artifacts that reflect the imperfections and mechanical hiccups of the minting process, turning them into extremely desirable items in the eyes of numismatists and hobbyists. And the Philadelphia Mint, which produced millions of these nickels in 2013, experienced a series of issues that year that led to several types of rare mint errors, including double die obverse, double die reverse, off-center strikes, die clashes, die chips, die breaks, cuts, struck through debris coins, and even planchet anomalies. And to begin with, one of the most well-documented and visually striking errors found on the 2013 P 5-cent coin is the double die obverse, or DDO, where inscriptions like "I in God We Trust Liberty" and the date 2013 appear to have ghost-like doubling visible under magnification and sometimes even with the naked eye. And this doubling occurs when the die that stamps the image onto the coin shifts slightly during its multiple impressions from the hub, leading to a misaligned doubling that, once authenticated, can increase the value of the coin dramatically in high grade. Examples of this error have sold for up to $200 alone, but when combined with other features such as minimal wear or strong luster, that value can exceed $300, especially when the coin is slabbed by reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC. And next we have the off-center strike error, a fascinating anomaly that occurs when the blank planchet is not properly aligned with the striking dies, causing part of the design to be missing from one side of the coin. And the extent of off Centeredness significantly affects value, with coins struck 10 to 20% off-center being moderately valuable, but those showing 50% or more off-center with full visible dates and mint marks fetching hundreds of dollars among error collectors. And then there is the die clash error, which happens when the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet in between, leaving behind ghostly impressions of one die onto the other, and when the next coin is struck, these impressions transfer onto it, creating eerie and highly collectible clash marks. And some 2013 P nickels have been found showing reverse elements bleeding through Jefferson's portrait, particularly around his jaw and hairline, and when this die clash is strong and dramatic, it turns an otherwise ordinary coin into a collectible artifact of mint machinery gone awry. And we cannot ignore the classic die chip and die break errors, small but mighty imperfections caused by chunks breaking off the die and leaving behind raised metal blobs on the coin, which are often nicknamed based on their location or appearance. And in the 2013 P nickel series, these have appeared frequently on Jefferson's eye, giving the impression of a teardrop on the Monticello dome, forming what some collectors dub the het chip, and even within lettering such as the P mint mark or the word Liberty, where extra metal distorts the design. And although individually small, these chips become highly valuable when they form recognizable or consistent shapes, making them highly desirable to collectors who specialize in die varieties. And speaking of recognizable errors, we must mention the cut error, one of the most visually dramatic and rare die errors, where a portion of the die breaks away near the rim of the coin, causing a blob of raised metal that obliterates part of the design. And these 2013 P nickels with cut errors are instantly noticeable and can vary greatly in size, but even small cuts significantly enhance the coin's value, especially when combined with other minor errors. And then we enter the realm of the struck-through debris errors, which have gained notoriety in the 2013 P series when foreign materials like grease wire or cloth become lodged on the die surface and interfere with the strike, resulting in blurred, missing, or ghosted details. And one particularly memorable example features Jefferson's eye and hairline appearing almost melted or smeared due to a grease-filled die that produced an impressionless segment of the design. And such errors fascinate collectors not just for their appearance, but because they provide a rare glimpse into the production mishaps of one of the most efficient mints in the world. And even planchet-related anomalies have surfaced on the 2013 P nickel, most notably those struck on undersized or improperly annealed planchets, resulting in discoloration, lamination, peels, or even weight discrepancies. And when submitted for grading, these anomalies often push values skyward, particularly when paired with certified errors on the same coin. And sometimes these errors manifest together in what numismatists call compound errors. For instance, a double die obverse struck on an off-center planchet with a retained cut, or multiple die chips. And these coins are virtually priceless to the right buyer, because the odds of such a sequence occurring and escaping quality control are infinitesimally small, and that rarity translates directly to value, and auction history confirms this trend, with listings of 2013 P nickels with verified compound errors fetching between $200 and $350, with condition playing a crucial role. And then there is the human fascination with pattern and rarity, which drives up prices on even lesser-known varieties like minor mint mark repunching or unusual strike pressure anomalies that can create what appear to be waves or ripples in the surface of the coin, giving it a textured and unique finish. And some of these varieties have only been discovered recently through high-resolution coin photography and online collector communities, showcasing just how dynamic and evolving the field of error coin collection has become. And thanks to online marketplaces, coin shows, and social media platforms, awareness of these anomalies has grown exponentially, drawing in new collectors who may never have considered nickels as worth investigating. And now entire communities dedicate themselves to cataloging errors found in the 2013 P series and discovering new ones on a regular basis. And it must be noted that Philadelphia minted coins, particularly those from the 2010s era, have had a higher than average number of errors documented, likely due to changes in minting equipment and personnel during those years, meaning that these 2013 P nickels were minted during a perfect storm of mechanical instability and evolving quality control procedures, making them a prime candidate for anomalies. And this makes the 2013 P 5-cent coin not only a modern marvel in error coinage, but a gateway for new collectors to enter the field, with the possibility of turning a 5-cent coin into a $300 payday. And as awareness increases, demand follows, which is why values continue to rise and more people are checking their pocket change with hope and anticipation, because you never know which coin might hold a story, a mystery, and a small fortune. And whether you're combing through coin rolls, buying bulk lots from estate sales, or simply dumping your pocket change on the table and sifting through it with a magnifying glass, the 2013 P. Jefferson nickel should be high on your list of coins to examine because it combines all the qualities of a numismatic jackpot: rarity, error, variety, historical significance, and accessible discovery. And as the market for error coins continues to expand and collectors become more educated and meticulous in their searches, the value and desirability of these quirky little minting mistakes only increase, making now the perfect time to hunt for your own 2013 P5-cent treasure. So don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more exciting numismatic deep dives and pocket change revelations, and make sure to turn on notifications so you never miss another chance to uncover the hidden value in the coins you already own.